All right, so round out the show as we got through the first round of the mock draft, and then we got our eyes on certain guys that they're going to be surefire hits in the first round. Real quick to the panel, who is the guy that you're most, one or two guys that you have your eye on that's you're most excited about in 2024 after they get drafted?
Number one is Daniels for me.
Yeah.
Daniels. I'm excited for him. Excited to see him play. Looking.
Assuming he's a commander, right?
I mean, yeah. Assuming that would be my guy if I were them. There's a lot of smoke going on around. Other people and all that stuff like that. But I mean, he's just an exciting player. I think he has all the tools. He's an older guy. I think that's something that's going to work in his benefit. So yeah, I'm excited to see him play. That's probably the top guy that I could think of.
I like it. What you got, Coach Benson?
I got a couple, but one that didn't get drafted yet. I like Peyton Wilson, the linebacker from.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a monster.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, because he has injury history. But
history. He's a monster. I'm interested to see how it turns out for him. And another one, Worthy, the wide receiver from Texas. I want to see who gets him and how they utilize him with that skill set.
Well, some had a mock to go to the Chiefs in the second round too, so that's another one.
That's kind of scary.
That's cheating.
That would, because Andy Reid's going to figure out ways to get him in space, and it's going to be a problem. So absolutely. I think that would be very interesting.
Okay, Coach Kurt, what you got?
So I have three players. Number one, Malik Neighbors. I'm just really excited to see what he can execute and what he could do. Number two would be Michael Penix. I think his maturity, I think as much football as he's played, I'm really interested to see him in the league. One, to quiet people who may be doubting that he can sling and throw that football. A lot of other quarterbacks are getting fanfare. I think he's going on the radar. So he's number two. And then number three is Cooper DeJean. I've been reading about him, watching some tapes. I think that he has so much versatility, from a DB perspective, but also from a special teams kick return perspective. I'm really wanting to see how he pans out, who he goes to, and then what they do and how they utilize him. So those are my three players.
Well, if he go to where I said he's going to be good hands in the Eagles.
Oh man, that's so exciting. That's so exciting.
It really is.
That would be lovely with him and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And Isaiah Rodgers got reinstated today. That'll be.
Yep, that's a nice little quartet of DBs.
And I was pleased with Keely Ringo. Last year. So
that was still we talked about that last year. How y'all stole him? Yeah. Y'all stole that.
Didn't Ringo come from Georgia too?
Absolutely.
They stole a couple. Didn't you get Eli Ricks too? Did y'all get Eli Ricks?
Yep.
We got Eli Ricks and they had to play because secondary was so bad.
Right,
those guys got thrown to the fire, and it was good for them to take their lumps and see what they got. So
I like to get Sidney Brown into year two as well. I think he can play.
Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Right.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay, for me, I got three. Real quick, I like from a running back perspective, since I covered wide receiver and quarterback a little bit, I like Marshawn Lloyd in the later rounds. We're talking 215, 225 back and running 4.40. Runs real physical, real downhill, great contact balance. I think outside of a little bit of an issue with fumbling at USC in the early part of his 2023 campaign, that could be a slam dunk in a day 3 pick. I like him. I like the LSU receiver Brian Thomas Jr. I love his game. I think that he's going to shock a lot of people, and he works hard. And anytime Steve Smith loves you, that's already a feather in your cap in my book. Steve Smith loves that kid. He loves that kid. So if he can play something like a physical style like Steve Smith used to do, then he's going to be a baller in this league. That's for sure. I would be surprised in the year you talking about that's your number one receiver on your team, whoever drafts him.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that. I like that. And a couple of a corner, Max Melton.
Okay.
Max Melton. Yeah, I like Max Melton out of, I think, Rutgers. I think he's out of Rutgers. So, I mean, freakish athlete, great cover corner, run defender. So, I mean, he does it all. He does it all. And the rare air of being really good man and zone, really good play next and break on ball skills. So, I think that somebody going to steal him in either late round 2, early round 3. Yeah.
Willing tackler. A willing tackler, too, which is
good. Exactly. Yep. Really good in physical run game on top of being a good cover corner. So, yeah, I like those three. So, Lloyd, Thomas, and Max Melton for me is the guys I'm looking forward to seeing come September. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Definitely a good one. So I think it's an offensive heavy draft, per se, but I think there's some talent in defensive spaces depending on where you're picking and who you get. That's for sure. That's for sure.